In this video, we will show you how to replace your oil pressure switch on the Chevy Trailblazer. This is mounted to your engine just above the oil filter. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Safely make your way under the vehicle. We're going to be looking for the oil pressure switch, which would be located inside of the engine compartment. You can gain access by coming underneath the front lower control arm and making your way right inside here. Sometimes people might have an issue doing that. If that's the case, you can carefully remove this lower shield. This lower shield is held in place with 4 13mm headed mounting bolts, one on each corner. As you can tell, one of ours is missing. With that said, let's remove all of these bolts. Now with that shield out of the way, we can carefully reach up in here. We're looking for this green connector, which is located just above the oil filter. Our oil filter is blue. We'll have a quick look at that connector, make sure you don't see any funny colors. If you do, it's corrosion and it would need to be dealt with. Now that we have that disconnected, the next thing you're going to want to do is start removing the oil pressure switch. Commonly, people will use an OP switch socket. Looks like this. This is a little bit long though to fit in this area, especially if you are trying to use some sort of adapter. You could also try using an 1 1/16 socket. That should slide right over it. I'll make my way up in here and we'll start turning this counterclockwise. Keep in mind there could be oil in this area. I don't want it to drip down in your face. Try to get it on. As we continue unscrewing this, it's a good idea to have a collection bucket under the area just in case any oil comes out. You can collect it and recycle it properly. There it is, friend. Once you have that sensor out of there, the next thing you want to do is clean and inspect the mounting port. Double check to make sure there's no debris and no existing gasket. Once we've done that, we'll continue on with the installation of our brand new oil pressure switch. Take this, put it in position, start it in by hand, snug it up, and then torque it to 15 foot-pounds. Now at this point, I have this snug with my ratchet. We want to ensure that it is tight. The torque for it is 15 foot-pounds, but it's almost impossible to get a torque wrench in this area. Just make sure it's nice and snug. Once you're sure that's tight, let's go ahead and reconnect our electrical connector. There we are. We'll double check to make sure that's connected in. At this point, we'll clean up our mess and prepare to put on our shield. Shield on here. You want to make sure you start in all 4 of your mounting bolts before you tighten any of them. We remember ours only had 3. Make your way out from underneath the vehicle. Start it up, let it run for 5 seconds and turn it off. Double check for leaks. After you've done that, we'll make our way under the hood and check that oil level. Up on this dipstick. After a quick wipe, I'll show you where to look. Down at the bottom of the dipstick here, you're going to find a small hatched area. That's where the oil level should be at, generally up close to the top of the hatched area. If it's a little low, continue on adding a little bit as needed. 5W30. Never go above the top of the hatched area. That could cause internal engine damage. To add oil, you just want to come right along here. You can open up that oil cap, add your 530 in there, and of course, make sure everything's closed when you're done. After that, take your vehicle for a road test, make sure you don't have a check engine light. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.